up with you right now. Here we go. We're back and ready to roll. Brandon's got a Jet hat on, so I got a sense he was happy. We got lots of draft today. We got Danny, we got Triggs, we got D-Wood. But we start with the hoops. Alan is up. Monica McNutt is up. Shump will be along with us as well. And if you went to bed early last night, you missed the Lakers and Rockets with LeBron and company a chance to put this one away in Game 4. And they had at least one advantage coming off the overtime win of 2 nights earlier. Kevin Durant out again with the left ankle. Second quarter, this was a theme. LeBron turning it over, and the Rockets going the other way. Rockets an 8-point early lead. LeBron 8 turnovers in this game. Here's another of them. Rockets going the other way, and it's Shepherd. Rockets an 11-point advantage.
Yeah, LeBron said there were just too many pick sixes in this game. The turnovers were a big story. He had 8 of them.
Early in the third quarter, Rockets lead is 11. LeBron, no, stay with the play. Rockets pushing. Shepherd, if you're going to give him space, he's going to knock it in your face.
He's going to take them, too, and they needed that. They needed balanced scoring without Kevin Durant, and that's exactly what they got. Everybody with 15 or more points in the starting 5.
Now, Lakers down 18. That's the 23 turnovers the Lakers had last night. Here's Şengün plus the free throw. He had 19 and 6. Rockets by 21. Next Houston possession. Şengün working on DeAndre Ayton. Fouled hard. Take a look. This winds up being called a flagrant 2 and an ejection.
Yeah, it seems a bit extreme because there didn't look like there was intent, but there was head contact. KD waving bye-bye. KD, get your sneakers because your team needs you.
They need him bad in Game 5, which there will be. Lakers down by 20. They just sort of mailed in the second half. LeBron would finish with 10 points, 2 of 9 from the floor. Didn't make a 3. The 8 turnovers we talked about, and the Rockets will live to fight another night, and that night will be Wednesday in Los Angeles. The field goals, just 2, tying the fewest that LeBron has ever made in a playoff game in his career. Fewest made shots in any game since Game 5 of the 2014 Conference Finals against the Pacers. Here was LeBron when it was done.
Yeah, obviously, we know coming into the series, we have to protect the ball versus them, not have too many pick sixes, which we did all night. And I mean, it started with me, obviously. My turnover was unacceptable, but you know, we do a better job with that on Wednesday. We understand that offensive rebounds for them and pick sixes is not going to be good for our ball club.
All right, we'll have Monica McNutt with us in a second, having a little trouble with her audio. But when you and I were talking this morning, you called this game sort of a snow day for LeBron and the Lakers.
Oh, now I do. Okay.
If you could have load management in the playoffs, I think that's what it would look like.
Right.
LeBron James in the first 3 games of this series, averaging 41 minutes a game. He had an outstanding Game 3 in overtime, made huge plays down the stretch. He was also averaging 19 shots a game. He only took 9 in this one. So it just kind of shows you that while he was, of course, still on the court, physically still there, you saw him running offense from the top and not really engaging much in it after that. He was playing point guard. You see him taking some of these kind of hero ball threes later on in the game. But early on, you can see that this wasn't going to be a game where he was going to throttle down. And I think it's important that he does this because you get 2 days off. Game 5 is Wednesday. He has given you everything you need to win this series by Wednesday in 5.
Exactly right. When you get a 3-0 lead, this is the luxury that you afford yourself.
This is how you get the gentleman's
with
sweep.
that 4th game on the road,
Yep.
is not to have to use up your 41-year-old superstar 2 nights after he did it for them in a huge way on Friday night. Monica, so if you look at it, we'll ask the traditional get-up question. Was that a bad game or a bad sign you thought for the Lakers and LeBron?
I think it was mostly just a bad game. Greeny, it is so hard to replicate the urgency that a team actually facing elimination has to deal with. And that is the case in this one. I mean, between the series potentially being over, between the things that Ime Udoka had to say post-game after Game 3, like it was this young Rockets opportunity to show that they could respond. They forced 30 points off of turnovers. They share the ball. They play with tremendous energy. Like, this is where youth was on their side. Unfortunately, though, and I will add this, the three-point line, we're seeing this across NBA series, but the three-point line in this one was important as well, 40% compared to 22% of Rockets versus Lakers. I will say, though, I still think this team is not exactly poised to mount a historic comeback.
No, especially if Durant is A, not playing, or B, playing but severely compromised.
Yeah, he has the bruised knee, which was before the series even started, which really leveled the playing field in this series, which felt like it was tilted. because of no Luka and no Reaves. But that, and then he has the ankle injury. So those two things have kept him out the last couple of games. And while he's getting round-the-clock treatment, trying to get himself available in this series, to not be able to play in any of the home games, that really tells you just how injured he is. So, an idea of coming back down 0-3, you can't see it. This was for the Rockets. You had to show up in your last home game. You had to make sure you didn't get swept. Yeah. That's what they did. Şengün had a great game. He spoke up for his team. But in the end, for the Lakers, 2 days off, get LeBron a little more rest. I think this series is over Wednesday.
So do I. And Monica, just a quick final thought here. Austin Reaves might return for Game 5. For those of you not paying attention to it over the weekend, he was upgraded from we're never going to see him again to all of a sudden he's questionable for these games over the weekend, right? I mean, that's sort of the way it felt. It was like, oh, we had forgotten about Austin Reaves. Maybe Luka comes back. To all of a sudden you snap your fingers and Austin Reaves is listed as questionable. So the expectation that maybe he's back Game 5, things I think continue to point the Lakers' way despite what was a sloppy night last night.
Yeah, I agree, but Greeny, let's all keep it honest, right? The big thing is, are they going to be alive long enough for Luka to return for them to have a real chance if they advance to the second round? So I'm glad to hear this about Austin Reaves, but I think when you look at the opponents that are looming next, Luka is the guy you need to see get back on the floor.
For sure. And the opponent that's looming next is going to be OKC, which is, if you watch them play at this point, it's like running into a buzzsaw. It may not make a whole lot of difference who's available for the Lakers. Much more on the hoops as we go, but let's wrap up the NFL draft. It is.
Defense wasn't our problem tonight. It was our offense. Defense wasn't our problem. We turned the ball 23 times for 30 points. So, yeah, another turnover right there. So, 24. Yeah, 24. 24. So yeah, defense wasn't our problem. It was offense.
But Brian, when you have a 3-1 lead and you're going home, are you able to feel comfortable? You don't want to be gone.
There's no such thing as being comfortable until a series is done. No, and none of us are.
A gentleman's sweep, perhaps. Rockets do avoid being swept in 4. No team in NBA history, as you are undoubtedly aware, has overcome a 3-love series deficit. The Lakers monstrous favorites to win, according to DraftKings Sportsbook. Game 5 Wednesday in Los Angeles. Joined now by Kendrick Perkins, a man who's fond of talking about standing on business. What the Rockets, I suppose, did tonight, but beyond getting swept, what they accomplished tonight? Anything that feels like momentum in your mind?
Well, Scott, listen, they backs were against the wall, and I'm here in Houston, in the city of Houston, the local media, they was on their asses like back pockets. And so all of a sudden, when you start to feel that type of pressure, self-pride and team pride kicked in, and what we saw tonight was them get back to their identity, especially on the defensive end, right? We saw them start playing with a level of physicality. We started seeing them make guys uncomfortable, especially on the perimeter. Marcus Smart, Luka, those guys didn't have a big night tonight because of the perimeter defense that the Rockets put on them. Offensively, we saw them actually make shots, especially from the three-point line. That's been their Achilles heel all season long, in this postseason as well. And it started off with Reed Shepherd. When the Rockets are able to knock down threes and jump shots, it opens up everything else for them. And tonight we saw them get it done collectively in a balance of great physical play defensively and being able to get out in transition offensively and play their style of play.
Kevin Durant on the bench for this one, wasn't earlier. It's confusing to me. Perk, what do you make of this situation?
I mean, look, Scott, seriously, it's dysfunctional over there, man, to be honest with you, man. And the Rockets this offseason, they're going to have a lot of soul searching to do. I was happy to see Kevin Durant on the bench tonight. It seemed like it's a disconnect there in the locker room with Kevin Durant and the young guys. And in order for this Rockets organization to get where they're trying to go, and that's getting back to clutch city type vibes, meaning championship vibes, somebody's going to have to be that leader in the locker room, and it's going to have to be Kevin Durant. People don't realize how it is for us being a leader, and just being on the bench goes a long way to support your teammates, especially during a trial time like they was going through, being down 3-0.
It's now 3-1 in this series. It's